if you get job one done and you continue to work on it, it's never done, obviously, with your kids growing up. But if you major on job one, then you'll learn to love them enough to stop transferring your past or present sins and burdens on them and to them. Of course, this happens all the time with people who don't know the Lord. People who don't know God, they're not interested in God, not interested in the church. They'll turn their kids against God like that, and they do. There are a lot of kids who grow up, might be interested in going to church, might want to go with a friend, but they've had a mom and dad who don't believe, or they're not interested, or they think the church is full of, people who are just trying to get rich and hypocrites and on, and they've turned their kids. I mean, by the time the kid's 5 or 6 years old, the child has heard, don't ever go to church. There's nothing good at church. Bunch of robbers there and thieves and hypocrites and everything else. Don't ever want you to go. But it's not just lost parents who do such things. It's Christian parents. Christian parents who sometimes even unknowingly do similar things. We transfer our dismay and our disappointment in church on our kids. How many Christian parents do you think have had a bad experience in church, or somebody let them down or something, and that's all their kids grown up hearing? Let me tell you what happened to me, son, when I was in the youth group. Let me tell you what happened to me when I was in such and such church. Let me tell you why we don't go to church. You can believe in God, we can do that, but we don't go to church because you've just transferred all of that onto your child. I would remind all of us here today, you might want to write this down. Your child, listen, your child is not your best friend. Your child is not your counselor. Your child is not your pastor. Your child is not your spouse. He or she is your child. Child. Not the person that you have transferred everything onto them. All of your burdens and your depression and your discouragement and your hurt and your failures and everything else. You've put all of that on them. It's no wonder so many of our kids are so messed up. Because they've heard that all their lives. They've heard where mom and dad messed up, or heard where dad messed up, or heard this person, or heard that, or heard that. You got to ask God to help you stop doing that.
Sing together, lift our voice. In this family we rejoice. Crossroads where our hearts align. In God's love we find the sign. Every face a smiling friend.